Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Citi Prime News live from our studio at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Adjoaten Krama Domina. Coming up, committee probing construction of National Cathedral concludes its work. Findings to be presented this week.
The information I have had, the report's supposed to come out this week.
Also, aggrieved Gold Coast Fund Management customers want expedited action on probing to lock their funds.
We look forward to seeing the ad hoc committee doing a very detailed investigation. We are not expecting the committee to base on only the narrative of the government or the finance ministry.
Still ahead, Begrochi faces possible destillment over allegedly engaging in partisan politics by endorsing John Mahama for 2024. And later, Ghana National Fire Service warns public against attacking its officers after residents of Konongo attacked a fire officer and destroyed fire tenders.
We come there to help. In fact, we risk our lives to come to save the lives of others and their property. So when we come to such incidents and are met with such hostilities, it actually affects us.
Please stay with us for details of these stories and more in the next 30 minutes. Remember, this bulletin is live on Facebook on Citi 97.3 FM, also live on all our partner stations across the country. In the Western region, we're on Premier FM 100.5 in Takrady and Beach FM 105.5, also in Takrady. In the Bono region, we are on Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, this is Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. In the Volta region, find us on Akbini Radio 96.7 in Kwando, Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohoi. In the Northern region, this is Dasuma 99.1 in Yendi. In the Upper East region, find us on Wet 88.3 in Zuarungu. In the Upper West, this is Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. And in the Northeast region, this is Eagle FM 94.1.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you very much for your time. To our first story, the National Cathedral Secretariat says the probe into the use of public funds for the construction of the cathedral has been completed. Parliament in August last year directed the establishment of an ad hoc committee to conduct an inquiry into the National Cathedral project and all related matters and to make appropriate recommendations for consideration by the House. Now, in an interview with Citi News, a member of the communications team of the National Cathedral, Reverend Ebenezer Amiel, said the reports and its findings will be made available to the public this week.
Expecting their report. So this is the state of it now. We are done. The meeting has been held finally. So we are expecting their report. Exactly. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that the information I have had, the report's supposed to come out this week.
That was a member of the communications team of the National Cathedral, Reverend Ebenezer Amiel. Away from that, the Member of Parliament for Tamale South, Haruna Idrisu, is complaining about the acute water shortage in the Tamale community for over 2 years. The MPP moans that the situation has occasioned immense hardship on residents in his constituency. Speaking on the floor of Parliament today, Haruna Idrisu called on the government to declare Tamale a water-scarce zone and allocate the required resources to deal with the situation.
Water shortage has gripped our city, leaving our beloved people parched and desperate. Last week, that has occasioned some immense hardship and impacting negatively on every aspect of life in the Tamale city, whether from Bujatua, Kudula through Lamashegu through Sanaragu through Koblemagu Kuku, or whether through Kutonle or Palsi or Sakasaka or Sogna or Sabunjira, the problem remains the same. And our people are still carrying what is popularly known as the Kufuor gallons in search for water. Mr. Speaker, many of the communities have not even seen pipe-borne water in the last few years. In some areas, for 2 years, no pipe flowing. And many of the rural areas, such as Toto, Yapala, Zoo, Nantonzo, Kapaya, have to rely on dam water in order to be able to access potable water. Mr. Speaker, almost all the Tamale water projects have suffered delays.
Member of Parliament for Tamale South, Haruna Idrisu, while his colleague in Tamale North, Al-Hassan Suhini, also says that erratic water supply in Tamale is negatively affecting the health of women and the education of children.
I realize that this situation results in health challenges. In fact, people's health, especially women, are affected as a result of this water challenge. Many women sleep less because they have to wake up very early, travel long distances in search of this water that they hardly find, and even when they get the water that is not potable, they have to carry this load for long distances. As a result, their health is impacted. Mr. Speaker, early in the morning, it's very common for you to find women with babies on their backs carrying these heavy loads of water on the streets of, Tamale. Water that is not even potable. Apart from the health of women that is impacted by this water shortage, you also have the education of our children heavily impacted, because in many homes, children have to wait for their mothers to travel these long distances and bring water. If they do not have even the energy to support them. If they are grown enough, they follow their parents to, source for this water. And after that, they are so tired, they get to school, they either get to school late, or when they do, they lack concentration in the classroom because of the challenge of seeking or finding or looking for water in the morning before going to school.
Al-Hassan Suhini is Member of Parliament for Tamale North. We'll stay on water issues. Now, the Ghana Water Company Limited will from tomorrow shut down one of its plants at Pong that serves the people of Krobo Somenya and its environs. The water company explains that the temporary shutdown is essential to facilitate the installation of a new interconnection pipeline and foot valves at the water treatment plant. Management of the installation will boost the capacity of the plant by some 3 million gallons per day. Stanley Mata is the Director of Communications at the Ghana Water Company Limited.
In the last 2 weeks, we have been planning for this interconnection. We have informed the areas that will be affected, especially the Somanya area, the entire Krobo area. And so, and then we are informing the entire public that this is what we are going to do. And the transparency policy, we're informing everybody that we have been able to work out some 3 million gallons of water more into the system, and we'll put that into operation tomorrow and the day after. We are expecting that the 3 million will bring some improvement into the eastern part of Greater Accra region, and that's exactly what we are doing. I have just arrived at the Pond Treatment Plant with a team of engineers. Everybody is here. We are looking at all the preparatory works that needs to that we have put in place to ensure that within the 48 hours we should be able to finish the job and to put the plant back into use. All things being equal and barring any technical hitches, and with the preparatory works that we have put in place, we are sure to finish within the 48 hours allotted to the project, so that when we are done, we should resume supply immediately.
Stanley Mate is the Director of Communications at the Ghana Water Company Limited. Now, aggrieved customers of defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Limited are urging the ad hoc committee tasked with investigating issues related to their locked-up funds to expedite their proceedings to bring finality on the matter. The committee, set up by the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, in December last year, is set to commence public hearings in 2 weeks. In an interview with Citi News, a convener of the aggrieved customers, Charles Nyame, expressed optimism about the potential outcome of the committee's investigations.
We look forward to seeing the ad hoc committee doing a very detailed investigation. We are not expecting the committee to base on only the narrative of the government or the finance minister or the director general of the Securities Selection Commission with their usual excuses that the liquidation order is in court and for that matter, people should keep on dying. No, we want the parliament to do a very detailed investigation that should look out for what has been the ripple effect on the very people who have been plagued with this financial cleanup exercise scandal. How many people have died so far? Could their life be saved if they have had access to their monies? Yes. Can there be a way for us to rescue such people, their families, into their current situation for the value of their money? These are the things that we want the ad hoc committee to probe into and come out with a very good report or good recommendation. We expect the ad hoc committee to consider a very good interest rate to compensate with the customers for the loss of our investment. I mean the value of our capital invested money.
That was the convener of the aggrieved customers of defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Limited, Charles Nyame. Let's do some other stories this afternoon. The Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has attributed its 1.9 billion cedis loss in 2021 to currency fluctuations. According to the major power distributor, power is purchased from the independent power producers, IPPs, in dollars and resold to the public in cedis. However, the persistent depreciation of the cedi creates a shortfall leading to the losses. Managing Director of ECG, Samuel Dubik Mahama, explained the financial situation of the company at a Public Accounts Committee sitting today.
The Electricity Company of Ghana mostly buys the electricity it sells in dollars, then sells in cedis, then now has to go back and pay in dollars. The forex losses alone for the year is something that we have to look at in terms of our business. Forex losses is what is culminating for over 80% of the losses that you are seeing, Mr. Chair.
Are you still buying your power in dollars?
Mr. Chair, with the PPAs that were signed, yes.
You signed a PPA with who?
With all the IPPs, Car Power Ship, AXA, Sen Power, Sonana Sogli, Amandi, Twin City Energy, and as I'm speaking to you, there's a new power plant that's coming into business at the end of April, which is Bridge Power, Early Power. It's in Tema.
What of VRA?
With VRA, it's mostly in cedis.
Come again.
VRA is in cedis.
So the IPPs are charging in dollars?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Deputy Minister, why is it so that they charge in dollars?
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Unfortunately, these PPAs are international, and these companies are mainly international companies. So
Samuel Dubik Mahama is Managing Director of the Electricity Company of Ghana. He was speaking at the Public Accounts Committee sitting today. Who stay in Parliament as a ranking member on the Education Committee of Parliament, Peter Nochukotoi, says the plans by government to distribute electronic tablets to senior high school students across the country will not be feasible. This follows an announcement by the Education Minister, Dr. Yawose Educhum, to distribute some 1.4 million tablets to students under the free senior high school policy. In an interview with Citi News, Peter Nochukotoi says a similar promise by the Vice President years ago did not materialize.
Saying that he's going to present their tablets to them anytime soon baffles my mind, because he has not met the instructions given him by the Speaker of Parliament. So I can say probably he wants to tell them that they are going to redeem their pledge. But we will wait. By the end of this month, the administrator of GETFA will appear before the House again for approval of his formula. So we will wait for them. When they come, we will question them about it. But I doubt if that will work before that time. It is the same one item that they have all been promising here and there. So it is the same thing. There's no difference in what the Vice President was promising and what the Minister is also promising. So it is the same thing.
Peter Nochukotoe is a ranking member on the Education Committee of Parliament. More stories this afternoon. The Ghana National Fire Service is cautioning members of the public against attacking its officers in the line of duty. Some angry residents of Konongo in the Asante Akim Central Municipality of the Ashanti region over the weekend attacked fire officers and caused damage to a fire tender, citing delay in responding to a fire incident. The officers from Konongo were deployed to the fire scene near Nkoko, and while at the scene they received another distress call and had to rush back to the Konongo township. However, the residents who were unhappy about the situation started pelting stones and other implements at the crew. Now, DO3 Peter Adai is the Ashanti Regional Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service, and he has been speaking to City News on this situation.
We had a distress call reporting the fire at Pra Junction, which is very close to Nkoko. So we dispatched our tender at Konongo to respond to that incident. So when they were about to contain the incident, we had another call reporting the fire within the Konongo township. So we had to move men at Pra Junction to respond to that emergency because tender at Ejeso had also been dispatched to another incident. So upon reaching the one within the Konongo township, they were met with hostilities. Sensing danger, the duty officer asked the men to report back to base and report the incident to the police. In fact, when they got there, a lot of people, some holding clubs and pieces of wood, some with stones, and they pelted the stones at the men. And this caused damage to the tender. The driving mirror was damaged. The tender also had some few dents. And we want to take this opportunity to caution the public against some of these things. For our men, when we are called to incidents, we come there to help. In fact, we risk our lives to come to save the lives of others and their property. So when we come to such incidents and are met with such hostilities, it actually affects us.
DO3 Peter Dai is Ashanti Regional Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News at Adabraka in Accra. Still ahead, Begro Chief is facing a possible destillment for allegedly engaging in partisan politics by endorsing John Mahama for 2024. We have more details if you stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
The Heritage Caravan 2024 is officially sold out. The buses are primed, participants are eager, and the itinerary is loaded. Now pack your bags and get on the Heritage Caravan. From the Greater Accra region to the Volta region to the Eastern region to the Bono region, Ahafo region, Bono East region to the Upper East region to the Northern region to the Savannah region to the Northeast region to the Ashanti region to the Western North region to the Western region, the Central region, and back to the Greater Accra region. The Heritage Caravan will last for 8 days from Sunday the 3rd of March to Sunday the 10th of March 2024. An expedition full of excitement, education, information, wonderful memories, and great bonding moments awaits you. This is a journey of a lifetime to discover Ghana. Follow all Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM social media handles for updates with the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2024. The Heritage Caravan 2024 is powered by Citi TV in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority with support from Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by the National Lottery Authority, Goil PLC, Hollard Insurance, GB Foods, and Omni Basic Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. We'll take you to the Eastern region now. The Ankobia Hene of the Begrostu, Bafo Oredu Ajako Minta II, has been summoned by the Achim Ebuakwa Traditional Council over his alleged comments endorsing flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, ahead of the 2024 general elections. The summon comes in the wake of a petition received by the council from the Sibre Ofosukwebi Ayebiashe, the Otreso Hine and Ochiame Owusu, accusing the king of engaging in partisan politics. According to the petitioners, the Ankobia Hine has brought the name of the Begrostu into disrepute by engaging in partisan politics. The Ebuakwa Traditional State Secretary Dan Mafo Foriata, who confirmed the summon to City News, indicated that the petitioners are, among other things, seeking an order of destillment, a declaration nullifying the respondent's conduct, a public recantation of the alleged comments, and unqualified apology to the petitioners and the people of Begro, and a punitive customary sanction if found liable. The hearing on the matter has been rescheduled from February 12 to February 19, 2024. Moving on, in response to Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's recent address praising the Bank of Ghana for its role in stabilizing the country's economy, economist Professor Lord Mensah has expressed his disagreement with the methods employed by the central bank. During his address to the nation on Wednesday, February 7, Dr. Bawumia, who leads the government economic management team, commended the Bank of Ghana for its efforts in preventing an economic collapse. He urged Ghanaians to recognize and appreciate the central bank, which he claimed had faced unjust criticism for taking unnecessary measures. However, Professor Lord Mensah says the central bank deserves no commendation for its handling of the country's economic challenges.
Nobody is criticizing the central bank for supporting the economy. But then what we are saying is that the channels through which they use in supporting the economy is where the problem is. Printing money in excess of what is required by the central bank, and it's 5% of the previous year's revenue. As financing mechanism from the central bank is what we are worried on. The excess, finance, it went beyond the 5%. And again, printing the money and currently giving it to the government is where the problem is. Most, central banks, right? I'm talking about central banks, are able to rescue countries who are in economic difficulty through the same banking system, through the same monetary channels, not using the fiscal channels. Some print money for government to go directly to use, and then you can wire the money through the banking corridors.
Professor Lord Mensah is an economist. Now, the Office of the Registrar of Companies has commenced legal processes to deregister some 8,531 companies limited by shares that have been in default for over 2 years. This action is set to be completed by end of May 2024. The decision has become necessary to patch the register of dormant companies and companies in default for failure to file the annual returns and update their records. Here's a Registrar of Companies, Jumaimo Wari, giving more reasons for the move.
And so it's just to give us the most current information on a company. The financial statements also gives us information on the physical or financial health of a company. And that's why we have a chartered accounting firm that will audit your books at the end of the year. And this financial statements will, of course, be passed at an annual general meeting, and it's supposed to be filed with the registrar. So anybody doing business and doing a search on our register should be able to know the health of this company, whether it is really seriously doing business or just on our books for the sake of being on the books. That is why we've had to come once again, because it looks like we are not being taken serious. That's why we've had to take this action. We started informing them since 2021. And so if you're going strictly by the Companies Act, we should have taken these names off last year. But we just had this humanitarian, look on it and kept on calling them. We called them one after the other, and they didn't take us serious. And that's how come we've had to come to this level of now going to go ahead and strike them off.
Jumaimo Wari is the Registrar of Companies. The National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons has revealed that approximately 1.1 million small arms and light weapons circulating within the country cannot be properly traced or accounted for. According to the Commission, this number of unaccounted for weapons out of a total of 2.3 million currently in circulation poses a significant danger to the nation's security. Speaking on the sidelines of a regional conference focused on addressing the humanitarian impact of improvised anti-personnel mines, the head of the National Arms Marking Program at the Commission, Frank Boateng-Esumeni, emphasized ongoing efforts to minimize the proliferation of these arms.
As at 2014, there was a baseline, and it was estimated that currently we have 2.3 million of small arms and light weapons in circulation. Out of these 2.3, we have 1.2 million that are legally registered. The remaining 1.1, representing 47%, cannot be accounted for. And this year is going to be 10 years after the baseline was done. So currently the Commission is currently soliciting for funding to do another baseline to know the level of proliferation we have in the system.
What kind of weapons are we talking about? AK-47?
We are talking about all kinds of weapons, AK-47, pistols, pump action, locally manufactured weapons, all kinds of weapons.
You heard the head of the National Arms Marking Program at the Small Arms Commission, Frank Boateng-Esumeni. Meanwhile, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has urged countries, including Libya, Egypt and Morocco, to endeavor towards the ratification of the convention banning anti-personnel mines to avert humanitarian consequences caused by them.
Ghana recognizes the urgent need for concerted action to address the humanitarian impact of improvised anti-personnel mines. We remain steadfast in our commitment to promoting a world free from the scourge of landmines and explosive remnants of war. Ladies and gentlemen, mines on their declaration, compliance with these legal instruments is essential to preventing further human suffering and fostering a safer, more secure world for all. I therefore urge all states that are not parties to the convention to strive towards the ratification of the convention.
Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Away from that, the Association of Custom Housing Agents Ghana is urging the government to reconsider removing certain charges and levies on the country's port to ease the cost of doing business. The association specifically points to levies such as the COVID-19 Health Recovery Levy and Ministry of Health Disinfection Levy, stating that they have outlived their usefulness. The outgoing president of the association, Yao Che, tells City News immediate steps must be taken to remove the levies.
What could be the reason for the government still holding on to the outdated COVID-19 health recovery levy? Of what benefit is it to the Ghanaian for the government to hold on to the Ministry of Health disinfection fee, network charge of 0.04% on the FOB and its related VAT charges? Is this tax who is the recipient, and for what justification is this tax in place? There are a lot more fees, levies and taxes. We believe the government should reconsider its existence and implementation.
Yao Che is the outgoing president of the Association of Custom Housing Agents Ghana to the Western region. Now, the chiefs and people of Prestia in the region have added their voice to calls by workers of FGR Bogoso Prestia mines for the government to withdraw the license of Blue Holdings' license over their inability to invest in the mines. Addressing a press conference, the chief of Prestia, Heman Nana Intebua Pra IV, said the press conference by the divisional chiefs and elders of Bogoso Prestia Heman is in support of concerns already expressed by workers of the mines. He questioned the government's handling of the complaints by workers and chiefs from the area.
FGR do not have the financial strength to revamp the mine. On August 2023, even before then, we made a lot of attempts to seek an audience with the sector minister to brief him to know the state of the mines.
We tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. On August 2023, Nananum submitted 5-page petition to the minister to assist in addressing the situation before it gets worse. Later, a meeting with the deputy minister was held in November. And this is what he told us after we met him. And I quote, "We will not take this lightly or sweep it under the carpet. We will ensure that we address this concern and get to the root of it." He promised the sector minister will be briefed and FGR will also be invited. Unfortunately, the minister has not provided any feedback to Nananum, and all stakeholders who were copied in the petition remain silent to them.
You heard the Chief of Prestia Himan, Nana Inteboapra the Fourth. And that's it for Citi Prime News today, which has been live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. For more news, please log on to citynewsroom.com. My name is Adjoa Tinkrama Domna. Thank you so much for your company. Do have a great day.
Citi News. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.